What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Dennert with Dugout Mugs, and we're live tonight. It is September 8th. And if you don't know who Dugout Mugs are, we're the crazy guys that take baseball bats and we turn them into really cool mugs that you can actually drink out of. So that's cool and all, but there's also some other cool things that we get to do, and we're really blessed. Our Cheers to Charity initiative is something that Randall and I have really fallen in love with, and it's allowed us to celebrate and serve heroes of the baseball community. But tonight, we're venturing a little bit further outside of the baseball community. There's some things that are just, they transcend the game. They're bigger than the game. And in my mind, this is one of those things. And we made a very special mug for tonight. And we have a couple ladies that are going to come on in just a second and talk to us about that. Talk to us about their organization, the American Gold Star Mothers, what they mean, what that means, what they represent, what they do, which I think is incredible. The few minutes I had a chance to chat with Joe and Annette already, I got to learn a little bit, and I'm really excited. And honestly, I'm honored. This is probably one of the more exciting ones I'm going to get to be a part of. So, Nate, I know you're backstage. If you could please bring on Joe and Annette, I'd like to introduce them. Hey, how are you ladies doing?
Good evening. We're doing great.
Awesome. So Joanne Maitland and Annette Kirk work and run, in Joe's case, you're the president of Gold Star Mothers, the American Gold Star Mothers.
That is correct.
And Annette, you're one of the board members and facilitators in the organization as well. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So I will not do a disservice to explain what you ladies do. I think you'll do a much better job of it. And I just want to hear it from you. And I know our group does as well. So if you would mind sharing a little bit about what a Gold Star Mother is and a Gold Star family, and then we can dig in a little bit about the Soldier's Cross mug that we made that each of y'all have for your sons, and we'll go from there.
Okie dokie.
Madam President.
American Gold Star Mothers is an organization made up of Gold Star mothers. And if you don't know what a Gold Star Mother is, that's okay. Gold Star Mother and family is somebody who has lost their child who was in service to our country, either through any kind of means at this point. American Gold Star Mothers is the National Veterans Service Organization chartered by the United States Congress. And we're just like the American Legion or the VFW. You can choose to join us or choose not to, but we'd love to have you as a member, accepting the fact that we never want any new members. Moms and their families that come to us, of course, have gone through the worst thing that can ever happen to a mom. And but we welcome you into this organization. And we just appreciate people like Dugout Mugs that are bringing attention to us and so that we can spread the word and comfort those moms and families that are out there at this time, especially now.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, especially now. I'd say that our organization really revolves around healing through grief, or through healing our grief through service. So volunteering, and as Joanne said, we're a VSO, so a veteran service organization, but we volunteer our time with veterans and for veterans. So basically it all began revolved around volunteering in hospitals with the veterans, but it has become more than just that. And we do what we can when volunteers are needed for a veterans organization. We're there. If they need us, we're there. We do our best. If it means handing out popcorn or serving food, just handing out drinks, we can do that. It's whatever's needed. And homeless veterans as well, if they need clothing, anything like that, we'll take up a collection and we'll get it to them. Anything.
Yeah, and I think it's an underserved. I mean, we won't go too deep into that, but it's a pretty underserved community. And I think you're doing what you can, and unfortunately, it's can't even be enough, right? And with the political climate and some of the things happening overseas, and some of the things happening with the weather and the pandemic, and all the things that we discussed briefly, it's like it's just compounding, right? I don't think people really comprehend because maybe they're blessed to be naive to what's happening, right? And I'm hoping that maybe we can shed a little light on that, because the whole reason we did the Soldiers Cross mug, one, is to first and foremost honor and commemorate fallen servicemen and women, right? But it's to raise money and raise awareness. We have a big audience, right? We want to talk about it. So I think, pulling the curtain back a little bit, what kind of things are y'all having struggles with right now with what's happening? I'd love for you to share that.
Well, we were really blessed to be able to serve a number of Gold Star mothers last year during COVID with grants that we were able to reach out to our community and ask them what they needed, and please come to us. And things from electric bills to groceries to maybe a rent payment. Gold Star moms are in a unique position in some respects, because if they've lost their only child or their main supporter of their family, they don't have any way to continue, and thus they're struggling. Also, grief weighs heavily on one. If you are grieving, the last thing you're thinking about is trying to put food on the table or pay your rent. So for us in the Gold Star community to be able to support those moms and their families in the little bit we could do, we were very, very blessed to be able to do that last year, and we hope to try to continue it with some development fundraising this year. And thanks to people like you, we might be able to continue to do that. Well, we certainly will be able to continue to do that. And along with that is the veterans community. And I think Annette can talk about her work in the veterans community around Tampa, where she is a veteran herself, and an Army veteran. And so I'm very proud of her and her service. And so, Annette, if you'd like to talk about what you do for our veterans, it's amazing.
I think I would love to hear that. And Dugout Mugs is founded in the Tampa Bay area.
Right.
So, and Annette, we've connected, like you mentioned, years ago on LinkedIn, and this finally came full circle, and we connected, right? Yep. But the veteran community, especially in the Tampa area, is strong, right? And a lot of supporters. So I'd love for you to share about that, because we actually have a really large Florida-based and Tampa-based group with Dugout.
Yes. Well, I mean, just the Tampa Bay community, Hillsborough County has the largest community of veterans in the state of Florida. Myself, I'm an Army veteran, as Joanne said. And, so especially being a Gold Star mother, it's a special place in my heart. It sometimes, some days it's just really hard for me. And some days it's, wow, okay, I never thought I would really be in this position, but I am, and I have to put my Army boots back on. Yeah. Put them back on and be a big girl.
It doesn't fix it, right? It doesn't go away. No. Like, this is a forever grief. And, and you all don't just work it, you live it, right? And it's unfortunate, and it's so sad to hear that. But you also have converted that into strength, which I think is commendable on so many levels. And you're leading by example with the people who are also experiencing this, some as recent as a few weeks ago, right? Yes. And daily, and we're talking daily. Joe, you mentioned the ones that lose their lives on a regular basis. This is a daily occurrence.
Yep. According to Vietnam Veterans Association, there are 20 deaths a day, either active duty or veteran suicide. It is an epidemic. It is being kind of ignored in a lot of respects. The VA has stepped up, I must say. The VA has put out a number of programs to try to educate us and educate the public on veteran suicide, but it just continues, and it is heartbreaking. These families are left without any resolution, and is a different community that we're here to support always. So we're willing and able to help anybody that's out there that might be struggling with that, and at least give them some information on where they might go for help.
And just quickly, we're talking to a lot of people, your folks, our folks, like, where is that? They can literally find you on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere, right? On social media.
AmericanGoldStarMoms.org is our one website, and we'd love to hear from you. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and all of it. So
yeah,
no,
and sometimes it's that simple. And the reason I brought that up is just it's simple, right? And sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is something simple. But in 3 days, we kind of got a big anniversary, if you want to even, God forbid, call it that, coming up. There's a lot of stress right now, and there's a lot of things happening. And anybody who's watching this, I mean, we have a few 100,000 customers. If any of y'all are watching this, reach out. It's the hardest simple thing you can do, right? But there's a lot of folks out there that are doing amazing things, such as these two ladies, right? So I wanted to mention that, by the way. So please connect, and if you got links, share them. We'll share them. The whole month, we've dedicated the whole month of September to the American Gold Star Mothers with our Soldier's Cross. It's called a Soldier's Cross. It's been called a Battlefield Cross. There's a few different names for it, but do you all want to share the story behind this and what this actually represents? Or do you want me to?
Well, the Soldier's Cross is a universal symbol that's used in the battlefield for a fallen soldier. And as we come up to 9/11, for those of us whose children went in pre 9/11, my son, he was Specialist Richard Buckingham Hubble III. We called him Buck, and he did like to drink his beer out of, maybe not, he would have enjoyed this mug. He would have really enjoyed it.
You can enjoy it on his behalf now.
We raise them to the boys and girls.
Good.
But when we saw the events of 9/11 happen, he was not deployed yet, but we knew our life was going to change. We knew our life was going to change, and that his job was going to change. So with the events that are about to happen this coming weekend and getting together, I just want us all to remember that those sacrifices weren't in vain, and that our children did serve honorably, and that we look to these times to be together as Americans and as human beings, and to do the right thing,
regardless of stance, political affiliation, all of it.
Absolutely.
These weren't statistics, right?
No.
These are real people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that I never lose faith, never lose track of.
No. And it's been rough the last few weeks. I know for myself, I feel like I've been a little selfish, probably not reaching out to others as much as I should. Glued to the television, and I had to take a step back from the television because it was just getting to be too much. My son, Private First Class Paul Kazupi II, he was killed in Afghanistan on August 8th, 2010. So seeing all of that brought it all back, but I had to get myself grounded again and just stay focused on what I have to do now and take care of others and my family. And, I can't
celebrate and serve. Celebrate and serve. Celebrate and serve the baseball community. You all celebrate and serve your community. Like it's a common thread, right? It makes you feel good, and it keeps you focused and motivated, and it's living a purpose-driven life, right?
There's nothing better.
Specifically that. There isn't. There really isn't.
There's nothing better than going to a baseball game.
That's pretty fun too.
We went to one of those a couple weeks ago over here in Port St. Lucie, and there were veterans there, and we honored them and threw out a pitch for them, and there's nothing better than baseball and hot dogs and a cold beer.
Yeah. We'll get back to that in just a second. I encourage, because there's probably a handful of people watching this, everybody give a shout out to Annette, to Joe, to veterans in general. If you know one, a veteran, somebody who's active duty, somebody who is a Gold Star family, God forbid, reach out, say, hey, hey, I was watching a video of some crazy guy was drinking out of a bat and it made me think about you, right? Words of encouragement. Annette, you just said all this got brought back a couple of weeks ago. I hope to see 50 comments under this video, and I want you to read through every single one of them, because that's what it's about. It's about reconnecting in a time where everybody's trying to disconnect, and that's not helping, at least in your case, right? In this particular scenario. So,
and I am part of the Veterans Council here in Hillsborough County, and that's one thing we want the veterans to know, and not just here in Hillsborough County, but all over the place. Whoever is watching this, listening to it, that we care. And your service for the last 20 plus years is not in vain. It mattered.
Yes.
Service matters. You have kept us safe here at home.
Right.
It matters. So if you do need someone to talk to, or if you are in crisis, please reach out.
I think anybody watching this understands now why we wanted to do this here now with y'all. And Nate sent me a message earlier if I raised a couple $1,000. So that's great. There's a link running at the bottom, by the way, dugoutmugs.com/gold star. I want to talk about this mug for just a second, right? Give y'all ladies a chance to just kind of hold off for a second. So what we did is we did the Soldier's Cross. Now the attention to detail, it is absolutely incredible, all the way down to the laces. Okay, now this is a commemorative piece. I do not anticipate too many people using it. They work great up on a shelf, as you see. But then, Joe, like you said, hey, every time you stop, you think about Buck, pour a beer in it, have a beer, watch a game, whatever you want to do, right? But we also have the ability to personalize them. I think about half the mugs we've already sold today were personalized. Nate, if you're in the background, can you throw up that picture we have? I'd love to see it. So here's a good example. So what we're doing is we personalize the backside of the mug, name, branch, whatever you want to put on there, you can put on there. And I think you already know, but for everybody who's not watching, 100% of the proceeds of this product are going to Gold Star Mothers, right? 100%. We make $0 on this. This is simply an effort for us to give back. We've been extremely blessed and supported by our community, the baseball community. And I know there's a ton of overlap with what we're talking about now. So that's what we're doing. We're making these amazing, amazing mugs. I think they're 30 or $40. It's not bad. And anybody who does not have a military family member, does not know a Gold Star family, you can participate. So if you want to message us, you want to buy one, you want to buy 5, you want to buy 10, whatever you want to do, we'll get them to these two ladies and they'll make sure they find a good home, possibly a homeless veteran, possibly a Gold Star family that maybe just doesn't have the means to get something like this. There are ways outside of just donating, which I'm sure you ladies wouldn't mind. But we're here to talk about a really awesome commemorative piece, and we encourage you all to get involved. Now, military, obviously, we encourage you to get connected. So I appreciate that, Nate. You can pull that back down. Thanks.
Beautiful. They're exquisite. They're just
you'll love it.
Amazing.
You're gonna love it. It's gonna sit on your shelf next to the flag, whatever you'd want to do with it, but you're gonna love them. They're really a commemorative piece, and they're super solid, lifetime warranty. Like, we make quality pieces for things just like this.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's very much appreciated. And again, I want to reiterate by saying we heal our grief through helping others. There's that sentence that's used a lot, by paying it forward. Well, we're blessed enough to do two things. It makes us feel better and it remembers our children. So between those two things, it's a win-win situation. We get to listen, to hold a hand maybe to a veteran or to help another Gold Star mother. But in turn, what it actually does for us is it continues the service of our children. And that's the most important thing, is that they are never, ever forgotten. And having a mug like that, they're never going to be forgotten. So,
well, I believe the two that you have on the way are they have Buck and Paul's information on the back of it. They're beautiful, and we hope you cherish them. We know kind of know you will, and hopefully we can make a dent in this and see if we can help y'all. Now, before we take off, there's a couple things you got going on. Again, I'm going to let you talk about the details, but the 26th of this month has a very special meaning. I know you take an entire week or weekend around it, and you also have a walk for military suicide awareness. But if you can talk about the 25th, 26th, 27th, and I believe it's in DC. I thought I overheard that.
Well, right. Nationwide is the 26th of September was initially known as Gold Star Mothers Sunday. President Obama changed that to Gold Star Mother and Families Sunday. So we round out our events on the last Sunday of September to honor all Gold Star mothers and their families. And we start off by on the weekend on Saturday with a walk for 2.2 mile walk around the memorials, where we'll lay wreaths at the World War II and Vietnam and Korea, and memorials for all the fallen. And we'll do that, and then have a lovely banquet on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we have an amazing commemorative where we lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Washington at Arlington National Cemetery. We are so blessed and honored to be able to do those things in memory of our children, so that they are never forgotten, and their mothers and their families can participate. You got anything, Annette?
Well, if you go on our website, you can still sign up if you'd like to join us, or you can still go live on Saturday and join us on the walk virtually. So, of course, it's a little late.
That's going to be awesome.
Plan to go.
That's going to be awesome. I hope it's a huge turnout. I hope this helps with the momentum of what you're doing. I think right now you need soldiers behind you, right? And that's what we're hoping to do. And I hope those out there that need help, need somebody to talk to, reach out. I hope those that are out there that are a Gold Star family, and we know that y'all are sharing that message, right? Go to Dugout Mugs /Gold Star and get one of these, and they're just incredible. I didn't come up with it. I made this design a few months ago, and with just the way everything was going, I wanted to wait for the right time and work with the right people to roll this out. And I can't think of a better collaboration than this now. So anybody who knows the Gold Star family, and like I mentioned, if you're, I hate to use the word outraged, right? But if you're drawn to support this in a unique way, I say buy one, buy 5, buy 10. And I will make sure they find a home where they belong, where they'll be cherished every single day. And that's a way that maybe those who like, oh, this doesn't really apply to me, but I love it. Well, hey, now you can get involved too. And I usually don't push the initiatives like that, right? But I think this one in particular is one that I personally stand behind. And I've indirectly been involved with your organization in the past, but to now work directly with you both and the rest of the Gold Star Mothers is an honor. So I want to thank you so much for your time. And I'm here. If you need anything, let me know.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you and what you do and the recognition you've given to the fallen and those out there that might need to hear this message tonight.
Somebody did.
Yeah, we appreciate that more than anything. And if people want to send us some mugs, we will give them away.
Yeah.
They'll find a home where they belong.
A homegrown company down in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank
all
you,
right, ladies. Well, I appreciate all your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You take